Hi, and welcome to my tutorial on how to knit a scarf. I've got my yarn here. I'm going to be using two different colors together. And for the seed stitch, if you're a beginner, I would suggest using just the one yarn. A variegated thread would be a really good choice for that. I'm also using a size 9 knitting needle, a crochet hook, an end, and your scissors, and those are the materials you need to get started making the scarf. Well, now we go on to step one, which is casting on your stitches. First you need to get a big enough of a tail so that you can do all the stitching. Put on all the stitches onto the thing, the needle. What you do then is you make a loop, such like this, and slip it on. That's your first stitch. Now with the seed stitch, it is important to put on an odd number of stitches. Now this is how I hold the thread. I went and I looped it through like this and hold it there with my forefinger and my middle finger. Now you go underneath this one, then you go and pull this one through. Then give a little tug to tighten it a little bit, but try not to make it too tight. Otherwise your first row will be a little difficult. And that's how you do it. Each one, I've got 3 in there now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What I'm going to do is cast on 21 stitches for this scarf. Under, and then pull this one through. Under, and pull this one through. Okay, now the seed stitch is comprised of just 2 stitches. Knit and purl. Right now I put on 21 stitches onto my knitting needle. To knit, all you need to do is go up and behind. Loop the yarn over and then pull it through. Then slip it off. Now, you don't want to pull your work apart. Try to work as close as you can. I also keep a finger here so they don't drop a stitch. Now, for the purl, you put the yarn in front, and it's the exact opposite of a knit stitch. You go down and in the front of the needle, and then you loop it through. Knit stitch, and then you pull the yarn in the back again. You go up into the back, loop your yarn over, pull it through. The yarn in front, down and in front, pull it through. And that is how you do it. You keep repeating these 2 stitches all the way across the line. Down and in front, back and up. And remember to switch your yarn over. It needs to be in front for the purl stitch, and then you take it and flip it over for the knit stitch. And again, don't pull too wide, otherwise you get what's called little holes inside in your piece. Now, the purpose of having odd stitches and why it's important is, as soon as I finish this row, I will show you. You will see what the seed stitch pattern is like. And I have a sample where I've only done an even number of stitches, and it comes out to be a rib pattern. This is the seed stitch. This is the same stitches, but with even numbered instead of odd. And as you can see, it's a completely different pattern. once you get your scarf knitted to the length that you want it, now comes the trickiest part, which is casting off. Here I have my, what you do is you do the first 2 stitches, but then what you do before you go on, this is where the crochet hook comes in. You need to, it's easier with a crochet hook to take the first stitch and then slip it off the needle over that second stitch, leaving the second stitch on. Now to do the purl, same thing. Do your purl stitch as normal, but don't do anything more. You take the crochet hook and then you slip that first stitch over the second stitch. Then you do your knit. Pull the stitch over and drop it off. Put it in front, do the purl. And you do this until all the stitches are off. Except for the last one. I'll show you in a minute what you need to do there. Careful you don't do what I just did and pull your stitch off. Try to keep it on there. And now with this last one, I pull it out. Then all I need to do is you trim the thread, and you just knot it through. And that's it. Now if you want, if that you're going to leave it like that, you can just take your thread and weave it along the edge inside at the end of the piece here. Just weave it through. Just like that, just all along the bottom, because that's all you need to do. But I'm leaving it out because I will be adding trim. Now, I'm going to show you how to add fringe. Here's where I cast off the little tail I left. What you do is I have now pre-measured how long I want my fringe to be, which is like that. I just take the yarn, just simply measure each other up to each other, snip it off. There's for another one. To attach it, you just see the V here. V right here. Slip your crochet hook in. I then take my piece, make sure my ends line up because I'm doing the double colors. Fold it in half. Take the loop, pull the loop through. Another tail out of the way. And then just pull the ends through the hoop. Tighten it, and there you have your fringe. Do it on each of these until to the end of the row. Line them up. I've already pre-cut some. Pull it through. Just look these through. And that's how you do your trim. Okay, now I've got my trim, my fringe on and have it all trimmed to the right length. It's all ready to go, all ready for my granddaughter. And remember, odd stitch you get this pattern, even stitch number of stitches you get this pattern. And my granddaughter even started, this is straight purl stitch. And she couldn't find knitting needles, so she went ahead and started using these wooden skewers. Now, if you're having a problem with the crochet hook on getting the fringe, I found that you could also use a latch hook, which would work very well too in doing the fringe. Okay, thank you for watching this tutorial and have fun.